Hey guys, Brian with Sunflower Ammo. I'm just going to give you some quick afterthoughts. I'm on my camera trip. You saw that I actually used the Adventure Medical Emergency Bivy to sleep all night. I threw my space blanket on the ground as a ground cloth and slept in this bivy. And you see how I unrolled all three of these bivvies. I'll say three. All three of these, just to see what they look like and kind of show you how long they are and compare them size-wise. The Pro Force, it's really similar to the Bivy here. The only downfall, as I stated in my pack out video, was that it doesn't have any kind of carrying case. And while the space blanket material is pretty tough, if it does get a tear, that tear will tend to expand when you use the bivy or the blanket. So you definitely hate to put this into your pack and have it get a tear before you can use it. So this little nylon bag, it's nice to keep it protected inside your pack. Tried to get my dog to sleep on the Pro Force bag. I split it open and spread it out for her, but she didn't like the sound of it, so she didn't sleep on it too much. The emergency bivy, the only downfall to this, and it was more operator error on my part, I forgot to bring my wool hat and bakvala, so my head was cold. So about the first hour I was trying to go to sleep in this bivy on the hard ground. I pulled the bivy up over my face to kind of cut the wind off my face, and I was breathing into the bag. Well, since this thing is reflecting my body heat inside the bag and it's windproof, it's airtight, the moisture in my breath was being condensed inside the bag, and that had no place to go all night. So all night there was moisture in the bag, and it didn't bother me throughout the night because the bag kept me warm, but I was definitely dreading getting out of the bag in the morning with that moisture on the surface of my clothes. But I did. It wasn't as awful as I thought it would be, but that's definitely a user tip. If you're going to use any kind of space blanket or emergency bivy bag made from a space blanket or made out of the same material, that material is windproof. It does not breathe. So you do not want to breathe into that material because, like I said, you're going to get moisture condensing in the bag or on the inside of the space blanket. So don't cover your face with it and breathe into it, which I wouldn't have thought of beforehand, but I found out out in the field. So it's a good thing I found out now in case of emergency situation where or in colder weather, because it was about 42. It got down to 42 the night I was out in this bag, and the wind chill was the high 30s. So I mean, it was a little breezy. The thermal bivy, I think I would definitely pack this if I had room. And in my day pack, the way I had it loaded out, I do have room for this. So, you know, if I'm going out on a day trip and I have to choose, I'm definitely going to take the thermal bivy. No ifs, ands, or buts. You won't have that condensation issue with moisture if you do breathe into it. It's 2-ply, it's a little heavier. It does a Tyvek material and then a liner on it. So I think, you know, in any situation where you're sleeping out, I mean, you want to have as much protection from the elements as possible. So, if you can slap your sleeping bag on your day pack, great, you know. But I'm thinking this pack is small enough, and it's the perfect size if you're going to go out on a day hike, you're going to go fishing, you're going to go hunting. My brother, he actually has one of these, and he takes it when he goes skiing because it's nice, because he can have water when he has him and his boys out on the slopes and they're skiing or snowboarding, and you can put you know, like a dry shirt in here, or you can put snacks in here or whatever you want. So it's just great for a day trip. But as far as survival bags, these bivvies, emergency bivvies, they beat the heck out of a space blanket because you can actually get down inside and you're totally enclosed by it, and you aren't trying to wrap yourself in a blanket. You aren't getting wind coming around a blanket, and you aren't going to lose your body heat out of this bag like you would you know, a blanket if you don't have the blanket totally wrapped around you. So these are great and they can save your life, but if you got room, go with the thermal bivy. The thermal bivy would be great for your vehicle too if you don't want to carry a sleeping bag in your vehicle or don't have room. And the thermal bivy is reusable, whereas these, they could be reused, but one, they're hard to pack back up. And I showed you that I packed just my first try, just packing the thermal bivy up quick. It packed back up in a second. I'm going to repack this. But the first try, I mean, it packed easy. Not a big deal, you know, if you're out in a survival situation. So I was definitely impressed by the thermal bivy. And like I said, I wouldn't have had any issues with the emergency bivy if I would have not pulled it over my head and pumped my moisture-laden breath into it for an hour or so. But I was impressed. But like I said, you don't want to use these unless you have to. I didn't get a very good night's sleep. I woke up 4 or 5 times. But like I said, I stayed warm, and that's the point. So, thanks.